Welcome back to In the Kitchen, and this afternoon we are going to do something different for dinner. Instead of a regular dinner, we're going to do breakfast for dinner. We're going to start out with making our sausage, because the important part to this is making sure the sausage is pre-baked. I have the oven at 380 right now. We're going to put it in for approximately 20 minutes. We're going to check them, see where they're at, and if we need to add additional 10, we'll go ahead and do so. Now that I have those in the oven and we're waiting on those, the next thing we're going to do is start getting our frittata ready. Now for the frittata, we're going to go over our grocery list that we're going to need. You need some heavy whipping cream, onions, parsley. I like to use the brown eggs. I'm going to use Marble Jack cheese, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, bacon, and spaghetti. And these two were actually left over from another dinner, so that's why I decided to go ahead and make this dish. We're going to use about 4 ounces of this spaghetti. Now the first layer we're going to do is the spaghetti. We got that all measured out. That was 4 ounces. Now we're going to move on to the eggs. We need to have 8 eggs. The sausage is done. We're going to go ahead and take that out. It's been about 20 minutes, and those are nice and brown. Stay tuned to the end so you see what the surprise is that I'm going to be doing with these. Now that these are ready, we're going to drop that temperature down to 375, and then it's ready for the frittata. Now we have everything in there. We're going to mix this all together. All right, remember we put the noodles in here, and I had a little bit of bacon grease that was in the bottom before I put the noodles in. Now, I'm using leftover bacon, that's why I went ahead and used the bacon grease. But if you need to go ahead and make a few slices of bacon, you're going to use that rendered fat to put the noodles in. I have the temperature just at a medium. Now we're going to put that egg mixture right on top. We're going to move this around, make sure it's all even. And the reason why I have this on here is I'm going to set the bottom a little bit before I put it in the oven. Now I am using a nonstick pan, and this pan is able to go right from being on the stove top and go right into the oven. It's got a few minutes more. Now the last thing we're going to do before we pop it into the oven is we're going to put some bacon on top. And some parsley. Now that's ready to go in the oven. Now that's going to stay in the oven for probably about 20 minutes. You're going to check it by pulling it out and making sure it doesn't wiggle, that it's all set. Now remember I told you to stay to the end so that you could see the surprise I was going to do with these sausage patties? Well, I'm going to be dipping them in some pancake batter and deep frying them. What a treat! Yum. Now while we're waiting for that oil, we're going to take this out and put it onto another plate. It slides right out. If it gets thick, make sure you add a little bit of milk or water to it, because it has to be where it's smooth, not runny, but you got to be able to dip the sausage into it so we can put them into there. So we're going to take one at a time. And we're going to put it down into the oil. We're only going to do 4 at a time because we don't want that temperature to come down. Flip it over right away. Just like you're frying a donut. wasn't that fun? And what kid is not going to like having a sausage hidden inside of their pancake? Now let's get this plated up. We're going to cut the frittata. And you can see the noodles in there. We're going to take a couple of these sausages. Now let's top it off with some fresh maple syrup over the sausage. And now we are going to use some sour cream. Put a dollop on top. And to kick it up a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of hot sauce. Now, wasn't this a fun dinner idea? And the kids are going to love this. So make sure you give it a try. And we're going to see you on the next video.